Hey guys, what's up? This is Al from It's Android's World here, and welcome to my second part review of the T-Mobile G2 by HTC, and of course it's with Google. And in this part, we're actually going to be covering the hardware of the handset itself. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it, talking about build quality and how this thing is made. The device itself is manufactured again by HTC, so you have to expect great build quality with this thing. And I can tell you guys right now, they did not disappoint. The build quality on this thing is absolutely outstanding. You actually got a nice metal trim going around the trim of the device, this display. The back actually has the same type of metal on the back cover, so really nice there. And the entire rest of the device is coated with this nice rubberized Teflon coating, so it feels very sturdy in the hand, very well built. You can squeeze this as hard as you can, you won't get any squeak to it at all. Very much so enjoying the build quality of this thing. All the buttons are very nice, they feel very sturdy. Definitely great click to them in general, which is definitely also very nice. Let's just go ahead and talk about the features of the phone now. Taking a look down on bottom here, we got the home, menu, back, and search, capacitive, touch-sensitive buttons, and this little optical joystick, which has an LED ring around it. Quite nice. It's standard Android array, and they are indeed, once again, capacitive touch. They're pretty much part of this touched area. They're very responsive, definitely have no problems with those. Above the display here, we got the T-Mobile logo, nice large earpiece with a multicolored LED notification light up there. And you can see right there the ambient light and proximity sensor are indeed up there as well. The display itself measures 3.7 inches across, and it features a 800 up and down, 480 left to right, WVGA pixel resolution. It's a super LCD screen with TFT technology, so it's not bad at all. Looks pretty crisp and clear, especially compared to devices like the Evo 4G, which have the same resolution and worse screen quality on a much larger display. The device itself isn't too thick at all. It's actually rather thin for the fact that it has a full 4-row QWERTY keyboard. We'll take a look at that in a second. As you can see here, we got the volume rockers. You got a plus and minus indicator there, and the micro USB port that is for charging and syncing data to it. The bottom of the device only features this right here, which is a microphone pinhole. And on the right hand side of the device, all we got is this battery release, which we'll talk about in just a moment, and this dual stage camera shutter key, which you press halfway to focus, all the way to snap the picture. Up on top of the device here, we got a 3.5mm stereo headphone jack and a power button. You can see the power indicator right there. And that's about it for the edges of the device. And of course, one of the main selling points of the phone is indeed the full 4-row QWERTY keyboard. You can see the action there, it actually lifts up and falls over, and you can see it much better from this angle. Lifts up and actually goes over, and that's where the Z hinge name actually comes from. It's a very sturdy hinge, in my opinion. It feels great when you're just in regular usage, sliding your thing open and close. There are a few times where I've actually pinched my skin underneath there from flipping it open and closed, as you can see. It does happen quite a lot, but now I've gotten used to it, just regularly sliding it. It's very sturdy and very quick. The hinge is only loose if you carry the phone by its base and only the base. You can indeed get it to give, and you can even open it and close it just by actually holding the base of it, but you never do that in regular usage. So I recommend just never even trying that, because actually doing that itself, of course me doing that with quite a bit of testing, has actually loosened it an ever so slight bit. You see, it's supposed to be like that, but it's actually like that, since I've actually been testing that quite a bit. So the keys themselves are phenomenal. The keyboard is a joy to type on. I really like the dedicated at key, .com key, which doubles as www. The fact that it has 2 alt keys and 2 capitalization keys, so if you're right-handed or left-handed, you'll be able to type easily. And it has 3 quick keys, which you can assign to be pretty much any function of the phone you want, which is very cool. Back of the device features the 5-megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash, and the camera is capable of shooting 720p HD video at 30 frames per second. And here we got the built-on speaker port, HTC logo, G2 logo, and with Google logo. Like I was stating before, the back cover does indeed have this spring release right here. The best way to take the battery off is hold your hand like so, place the phone right at the crease of your fingers and hold it with your thumb, and then just hit the back release and the back cover will fall right into your hands. Underneath the back cover, we got the HTC Innovation battery. As you can see, there's the SIM card port, and it has a little indicator right there on how to put the SIM in correctly. Little pry point right there to take out the battery itself, and that reveals that it is indeed a, see if we can get that to focus, 1300 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, so battery life is not too bad. The phone itself is underclocked to 800 megahertz, so you get decent battery life for sure. But I definitely would have wished for the 1500 milliamp hour battery that most phones are launching with. And here we got the extremely horrible SD card mechanism. I do not like this at all. You see you got a little oval indentation there. You actually have to get your fingernail in that and latch it down, and when you hear the click, the SD card will spring open. You see the little metal contact points have to hit those little metal contact points. It comes pre-installed with an 8GB Class 2 SD card. We'll get that to focus. 8GB Class 2 SD card. And inside the back end, you, again, get those metal points where they need to go. And then you get your fingernail in the indentation again and latch it up. If you don't hear an actual click, you have not done it right. So I don't really like that mechanism, not of the least. I thought the Evo 4G had a bad mechanism, but that is just a pain in the butt and is underneath the battery, so no hot swappable capability. To get the back cover back on, as you can see on the back cover, we have that little notch right there, and down on the bottom there, there's actually two little holes on the bottom and up there. All you gotta do is connect those together and lay the G2's back cover on, and that's about it. The G2's back cover will indeed be pre-installed back on here. As far as the internal specifications of the phone go, it does indeed feature an 800 megahertz Qualcomm MSM 7230 CPU clocked at 800 megahertz. The device itself also has 512 megabytes of RAM, which makes this thing pretty quick, to say the least. It's a very high-performing CPU with quite a bit of RAM there. The device itself also packs the new Adreno 205 GPU, which is also very nice and a huge upgrade to devices like the Nexus 1 and Evo 4G prior to their graphics. And with the G sensor and accelerometer built inside of this thing, gaming is very nice and tilt functionality works nice and quick. We also got 802.11bg Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 2.2 with A2DP, GPS, and a built-in compass inside of this thing, which makes this thing full of all the specifications you can want from the modern-day smartphone, and definitely makes the T-Mobile G2 for $200 on a 2-year contract with T-Mobile a great price and a great buy. So that'll pretty much conclude my part 2 review of the T-Mobile G2. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/AndroidsWorld, if you have any questions about the device itself and the hardware, how it's built, and pretty much if you just want to talk to me. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up or like this video and favorite it to help me get more subscribers.